Good morning, good morning. We are once again in Garnet Canyon on our way up to the lower saddle. However, this time we'll be summiting the north ridge of Middle Teton. As always, I'd like to give a disclaimer. Climbing is inherently dangerous. Obviously, you have to make your own risk assessment. What I hope to do here is give you some video to help you make that assessment. I started out this morning from Lupine Meadows Trailhead about 4 a.m. Ideally, I want to get to the lower saddle sometime shortly after sunrise. The good news about the Middle Teton from this side is that it's not going to have the same big groups that you find on the Grand Teton. Other good news is that the route is shorter, and also the descent in the southwest couloir will be a lot easier. The one downside to this route is that the Crux, I think, is a lot harder. Having said that, the last time I did this, the Crux pitch was quite wet. So if it's like that again today, there's a chance I'll be turning back. We haven't seen any rain in a while, and since it might rain this afternoon, I'm hoping to get up there this morning. Yeah, if you want to go, man, don't wait on me. Just go ahead.
Okay, well, we got some people behind us that I'll probably wait for.
A little bit of a scramble up to the lower saddle. Although the rock here is often wet, there are fixed ropes.
Nice save. I got your spot.
As always, filling up water on the lower saddle. Just in the southeast corner, there's a hose underneath a snowfield. So if you locate the lower saddle sign, it's just a few feet from that. From this point, we just need to walk around behind the ridge in front of me. From the lower saddle, walking south, we'll want to walk to the right side of the ridge and slowly work our way up to Pinocchio and Bonnie Pinnacles. We're staying to the right of the ridge, still on a footpath, and then we'll be approaching the Pinnacles from the right. Not that easy to point them out from here, but they're pretty easy to spot when we get there. A short little climbing pitch just beneath the Pinnacles. It can be avoided if you're willing to walk on some exposed ledges to the right. I took the ledges last time because the rock straight ahead was a little bit wet. But today I think I'm going to do the rock face straight ahead. Looks like it's a lot more dry. Makes me optimistic going forward. As of right now, the rock is much more dry than last time I was here, so feeling very optimistic. Just past the short climbing pitch, we can see the Pinnacles, or the notch between the Pinnacles on view on the left. Pretty straightforward. We're going to scramble on some rock on the right side of the pinnacle. And as soon as we get through the notch, we'll be turning right and traversing around the base of the higher pinnacle. Can't remember which one it is. And we're traversing around the pinnacle and approaching the notch. From here, I can see the path on the ridge that we're going to take. Now, I know the original route out of the notch, they went up left and then to the right, and then back into the what they call the room. The route I'm going to do today is not the same one. I think it's a little bit easier to stay lower. Basically, I'm going to go out of the notch, slightly up to the left, and then cut back to the right. From there we'll be on some ledges that will eventually drop us into the ice couloir, but obviously it will be down beneath where the ice is. From that point we'll walk in the ice couloir up until we get to the ice, and then climb out back onto the ridge. Alright, I was not even on the ledges for 2 minutes and I'm already coming into the couloir. A little bit of ice and snow in here, but it can all be avoided. And we're just gonna walk up this as far as we can. We'll walk up this until we get to the snow. Nearing the snow in the upper part of the couloir, I'm going to be climbing up to the left to get back onto the ridge from here. Out of the ice couloir and then traversing to the right again on the ridge, we'll be in view of the notch in just a minute. I actually think it's right around this bend here. Staring up the notch now, and we'll follow this all the way to the summit block. Just to give some context, the last time I navigated this, it was quite foggy. I had little visibility, and it still was easy to find this notch. So the route is not particularly hard to navigate. Short walk up the notch, and we're at the Crux right now. As I said already, it was wet before. Right now it looks pretty dry. So I think staying to the right. Yeah. Bring right foot up. Solid hold, solid hold. Okay, good spot to catch my breath. Okay, yeah. Much easier doing this when it's dry. Much easier. Footholds are quite good when my shoes are dry. Come around left here. Okay, underhand, crack, 2 underhands. I still think there was a better way to take this line, but having said that, not too bad, and up at the anchor, so we topped out at the right place. Beautiful. Okay, I take back some of the things I said about that Crux. Much easier when conditions are good. It's rated at 5.6, and that seems about fair. From the top of the climb at the little rappel station, we're going up and left on a little ledge, and the summit is actually almost in view from here. All right. Just up and left on slabs of granite. I actually overshot the summit by a little bit, but at this point it doesn't really matter. It's pretty easy to backtrack. On the summit of Middle Teton. 12,800 feet or something like that. Best news from here though is that I don't have to down climb what we just climbed. We'll be going down southwest couloir. Probably see some other hikers coming up. Coming down the southwest couloir, much more straightforward than the route that we came up. Only thing keep in mind is that there's a lot of loose rocks and probably somebody beneath you. I think this route is actually a little bit safer when there's snow here. Snow tends to keep the rocks from coming out of place. It's early August already and there's still snow on the Middle Teton saddle. I think there's another snowfield in the South Fork of Garnet Canyon. I brought my axe up here not knowing if I'd need it or not, but probably a good thing that I did. Alright, coming down into the lower part of Garnet Canyon. Yeah, if you can handle the North Ridge, obviously there's nothing down here you can't handle. A couple of boulder fields, a couple of snow fields, and then last 4 miles are back on a regular trail. Weather at this point starting to look a little bit suspect, so I'm gonna put the electronics away soon and get out of here as fast as I can. Anyway, that was North Ridge of Middle Teton. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it informative. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. Tell me what you like, tell me what I can improve, and also tell me what other mountains you'd like to see. All right, bye.